Oh, hello and welcome to this channeled reading for Wednesday, April 14th, 2021. So I'm holding the camera with one hand and it might be a little shaky. I will try my best to keep it even. But I decided to do a general energy reading for anybody. It's not sign specific. I just realized that I need to channel more, and so I will just be doing more readings to get the energy moving. So that I can rest easier in my physical body. And if this benefits anyone, then please go ahead and enjoy. So to start out, I pulled a general energy card from the Wild Offering Oracle by Tasha Silver and Katie Daisy. And the card I pulled was Feelings. So right now we're all very affected by our emotions and feelings, much more so than normal. And it feels like the entire universe is on a, I don't want to say that, that our little section of the universe is having a giant mood swing. So it's like back and forth. That didn't work with my hand in front of the camera, sorry. But it's like back and forth. So wild swings of emotions and feelings. It's a rough roller coaster for us right now. And at one time it feels amazing. And then at the next minute it's awful. And so for many of us, it's very hard to navigate this particular experience, and the changes are overwhelming for many. So with that, I pulled a few tarot to illuminate that card and flesh out the reading. And so the Nine of Cups, cups is the suit of emotions, water, feelings. So that goes right with the card that we pulled. And to me, it feels like we're moving through a lot of past energy. We're trying to work through lessons that we've already learned. It's a pattern that's repeated through many lives. It's like clustered lives where I feel that we live patterns in more than one life. And sometimes there's more than one lesson, like groups of 3 or groups of 5, where we're learning these specific things, and we do that in a cycle, and then we move on to a few new lives and we do that in a cycle. So this is something where we feel so close to having resolved it, and it's like we do it over and over and over again, and it's just not quite finished, and it nags at us, and we're like, I want this to be done, and it just keeps coming back because we learn different shades, different aspects of the lessons we need to learn within the clusters. So at this point, we are nearing the end of another significant cluster of lessons, and we're starting to feel it. It's not something that can be easily moved through. It's challenging. And so on one hand, we feel very good about it, but it's also frustrating. So that is a tower moment for us. It's reversed because this is not something that we can easily move through and just kind of say like, wow, we've got a rebirth coming up like the phoenix, and we're going to rise from the ashes. We will. But right now, a lot of people are feeling stuck because we're frustrated that we have to. Oh, sorry. My dog is barking. We're frustrated that we have to experience this again and again. And we're like, when will this just be over? But that's the lesson in itself. The lesson is that this temptation, this experience is not something that's just easily one and done experienced. It's something that will keep coming back, and we will want to be tempted by it, whether it's a negative or a positive thing. Like we enjoy the experience of living through it in this strange, twisted way. We don't like the negatives that come with it, but we are programmed to experience things over and over and over again, and we do it for the simulation of it all. And so that's a hard habit to break, and in this cycle we're nearing a spot where we can detach, if we feel ready to do that, and move on and look at it from a loving perspective where we are not necessarily stuck within the feelings anymore. We can just observe the feelings. We can observe the lessons. It doesn't truly leave us. It's just there. So then I pulled a couple of cards to help kind of guide moving forward. We will be especially affected by the moon. So if you feel like following the moon phases might help you particularly move through this, you are correct. And the more that you can align yourself with that, the easier it may be. You may also find yourself really pulled by the moon phases, and it may be really disorienting. You might experience a lot of physical phenomena that are not comfortable. So that's all part of moving through these feelings. And, the water of the cups, the water of our emotions, our bodies are being pulled by this, our emotions are being pulled. So just be aware, be gentle with yourself through this. There's going to be a lot of changes going on through April, and I feel through May as well. And so we are being divinely guided through all of this. It's a lot of contract work, it's a lot of things that have been already pre-orchestrated, pre-timed, things that we need to be moving through so that we can reach a point of change. And the angelic realm was truly helping us with this. There's a lot involved with our higher self, with past lives, that it's all very intertwined at this moment, and things are the way they are for specific reasons. We're reaching the end of a cycle, and so things are truly tying together, and we are pulling the ends together at this point, and the angels are helping us with that. So call out for help whenever you need it, because they're with you all the time. It's just especially at this point, you may need specific help more than you normally would, and they're there for you. All right, so then moving forward through all of this strange, chaotic energy, this card I pull all the time for myself, and so I don't know if this is specifically for me and that's clouding the reading, but the Ever Unfolding Rose, this is from the Work Your Light Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. So this is just a reminder that things are cyclical but also sporadic in nature, where we as humans are programmed to think there's a beginning and there's an end and there's an in-between, and that's it. But there's so much more than that, and things are happening all at the same time. Things are happening in reverse, things are happening forward, things are happening in multiple timelines. It's hard to grasp, and so we as humans are constantly relearning this lesson, almost like amnesia, where we continue to remember that things are constantly shifting. The Ever Unfolding Rose, we learn more, and then we think we've learned a lesson, but then we see a new aspect of it, or a new petal unfolds. And so it's something to be gentle with yourself about, and to not feel frustrated by your lack of understanding, or if you happen to quote unquote relapse as far as temptations or things that you don't understand about this cycle. So be gentle with yourself and realize that it is an ever ongoing journey. And then moving forward, as you move through this, we're just moving into a time of great excitement and beauty. And so the Star card is just a lovely reminder of hope, that even though this is extremely frustrating, I believe that many of the people who are awake at this moment feel the energy. I feel the energy. It's overwhelming. But there's just a lot waiting for us. And right now we're kind of in this holding pattern, and we're like a racehorse in the stanchion, where we're ready to go. And at least I am. And so moving forward, we will be experiencing just blinding bright light and hope and love, and we're almost at the point where we can experience that. So soon, very soon. Thank you for listening.